Yo, the question is, does Chelsea have an embarrassment of riches? Yep, Raj Groves believe in Chelsea FC, and that's the question I have now. It's like, damn, we got an embarrassment of riches on this roster. Well, to talk about that and more is my man Uriel Carrillo from Vegas Blues. Cat I met out there. Uriel, what's good, man? How are you?
What's going on, Raj? Doing well, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate the opportunity here to chat with you and see how Chelsea's doing. So, yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, well, let's get into it. Now I asked that question there, and of course, he has a unique situation, part of Vegas Blues out there, obviously in Las Vegas, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But something I got to experience with them a couple weeks ago, very great spot, and we'll get you where to watch and how to get in touch with it. Now, you a co-leader of this group?
Yeah, co-leaders. We have a few other guys that help run the group. Shout out to our boys, Jacob, Chris, and Justin. They all help out in some capacity, just to name a handful of those guys. So we all kind of do our best to help each other out and run the group as best we can. So want to give those guys a quick little nod and appreciate their work as always.
Absolutely, absolutely. And next time I'm in Vegas, you'll see some of those guys. You can check some of the one of the previous pods. We did a live shot out there at halftime. It was really fun, shotgun style. So you can see some of those guys. But hey, let's talk about some of the embarrassment of riches that we might have all of a sudden. But first, the striker situation, Uriel. Now, I've preached to be prudent. I didn't want to get fleeced for Victor Osimhen or, overpay for someone else because I didn't feel striker was like, it wasn't going to solve the issues. Now, I know we got Nicholas Two-Touch Jackson, who is developing a normal left winger, but, he's guilty of being in the box and having some touch issues. But he's actually getting better and better. And his XG, if you take out penalty shots, is second only to Haaland. So we've seen him better, and obviously coming off what he did the previous league game, that looked great. And now, of course, we have my guy Nguku, who I feel, and I've said this even going back to last year, even though we didn't get to see him on the pitch a lot, I feel he's our best natural finisher on the whole squad. Just not pure finisher, natural finisher. And although I like him playing behind a striker, I don't know how else to get him on the damn pitch because, we got to have Palmer in the middle. Nani Madueke's been playing well on the right. And, of course, now we got options on the left wing. What is your solution at striker for Chelsea?
It's crazy, man. I mean, yeah, we're gifted right now. And we have Jackson, who's been doing well, given the opportunities. It's his second full season in the Prem, right? The start of his second full season. So we have to be cognizant of that. And I think Enzo's doing a good job rotating the guys. We have a very strong, I don't want to say B team, but I like what Enzo's doing. I mean, he has his choice 11, his first 11 for the league, right? Sure. And he's able to rotate players in and out, give opportunities to the second set of starting players, that second 11. So regardless, I mean, as the season wears on and as players get more and more minutes, we're going to give opportunities here and there. I'm sure players are going to rotate in and out. You can't play the same starting 11, 38 games, right? Nope. Congestion, schedules are going to get very full. So I think there's going to be opportunity out there as we get deeper and deeper into these cup competitions. And of course, as the Premier League continues, we have the Conference League coming up as well. Right now, I'm not too concerned. I mean, there's going to be opportunities. There's going to be loads of matches. We'll see who ends up being that choice striker, that number one. Right now, Jackson seems to be doing the job, and we're gifted. We're blessed to have Nkuku on the bench if Jackson's form dips, or vice versa. If we have to rotate people around, it's hard to put them on the pitch at the same time. But it's better to have options, in my opinion.
Better to have options, indeed. And speaking of options, I like what Pedro Neto said. Yes. He said, hey, no one can sleep. Like, you cannot be comfortable, bro, with your roster spot because there are options, as you mentioned. And Enzo
you can lose your spot. Exactly.
Yeah, Enzo can turn to a number of people. Now, ideally, listen, Nani Madueke's playing so well. Of course, he's earned right winger spot. And he has such a delicate, fragile personality that I like Palmer playing over there, and then we can put in Nguku at the 10. But I just fear if you pull Nani to make room for Nguku, you might lose him for months because he will, pout a bit to say
Yeah,
the least. So
yeah,
it's
young
tough.
player. Yeah, young players, they have certain personalities. I think Enzo's been doing well, keeping everyone happy so far, but he's also going to have to make some tough decisions here and there and really be tough on the players, but fair. And
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, so far, Noni's been on the right. He's earned his spot. But as we just discussed, and Pedro said it as well, you could lose it. And we have options, like we said. He's going to
Yeah.
have to continue earning that spot on the starting 11.
And speeding comes to starting 11. Someone I've been impressed with recently, I think he has one of his best games. We'll move back a bit. Is Moises Caicedo? I think had one of his best games as a Blue in the league game, and he's finally proven to be worth like that record transfer fee that we paid for him. What are your thoughts in Caicedo after? Let's face it, was a bumpy road up and down last season, but he did play great last season at the end when Enzo Fernandez was out. But what are your thoughts on Caicedo going forward?
Yeah, I mean, anytime there's a big transfer fee, there's pressure, and I don't know if he just got a little jumpy to start. We saw some performances where he wasn't at his best, specifically conceding a penalty. I forget what match it was, but I know we caught some flack for that from the Brighton group. But so far, 5 matches in, he's been solid. I think he's carried at least a 7 match rating in all matches so far. That assist to, I forget who it was exactly. Was it Jackson? That assist from right around midfield. I mean, incredible. And just the vision that he's been showing, protecting the guys in the back. He's been all over.
I believe it was Jackson, by the way.
Yeah.
Enzo got on the ball, and he almost hesitated because, like, damn, I was wide open. There was a lane, and he just slipped it in there. That was beautiful. It was the second goal.
Beautifully done. Yep. And I think he's coming into his own. He has the players around him. The support, I think, is really important, and the team needs to work as a unit. Enzo must be working his magic again. I don't think we can celebrate too early, right? It's 5-6 games into the league and a couple in some cup matches, but I think the turnaround has been very notable from preseason. I know preseason is kind of like you throwaway games, exhibition matches, but from where we were, a month ago, 2 months ago to now, very different.
Very different.
Enzo's doing something. He's working his magic. Caicedo has become a formidable holding midfielder for us, and it's great to see him doing well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And definitely progress, and that's what I've always preached as well. Patience, not just with the striker situation, but hey, every time you change bosses, new manager, new system, of course, I was at the Wrexham game, 2-2. I saw the Celtic just get whipped on. I'm like, it was maybe
Celtic was bad.
But I'm like, just chill. I was worried about that back line press. But anyway, all right. So
was there for Celtic? Not good. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you saw that in person. That must have been ugly. Oh my goodness. Yeah. All right, but we've come a long way, like you said. So let's do a quick preview. Of course, we got a match this Saturday. It's going to be a reasonable time, 7 a.m. on the Pacific time coast. 10 a.m. on the East. Chelsea, of course, versus Brighton, who we aspired to be last season, I felt, with all the players and coaches we took, But Chelsea sits 5th with 10 points, while Brighton is right behind us in 7th with 9 points. Now, our last 5 matches, I always look like the last 5 were 4-1 versus Brighton, with their last victory coming in April of 2023. Listen, Yuri, I got to see okay, I'm not going to go through your starting 11 with you, but I'm going to just pick a couple spots and just see what you do. What is your center back pairing for this one?
Colwell's been solid. I think he stays. The Colwell-Tosin partnership, I think that's who we played for West Ham. Very, very solid in the back. West Ham didn't really have a lot of opportunities. We locked it down pretty well. I think you don't mess with that. You stay consistent at the back. Continue to give them the starting position and push them to continue improving and keep a clean sheet for sure.
Right. And speaking of clean sheets, of course, Sancho in our regular games has been doing well. He made that big penalty save. That was huge. So obviously he's in between the pipes. Now,
definitely.
On the right side, are you putting my man Malo Gusto out there, or are you going to mess with the sassy Fofana right back situation again?
That's tough. Gusto, I think he's almost certainly a lock. It's hard not to play him just because his natural role, he was excellent pretty much the entirety of last season in that role. And besides putting another position player in that spot, that's not their natural role. I think it's a no-brainer. You put Gusto in there, maybe sub him out if you're still slowly bringing him back from injury or recovery.
Yeah,
but
I don't think he's 90. I don't want to see him a pure 90 and then 100%. Let him go 90 and bring one of the center backs over there to lock it down towards the end, hopefully with the lead. That's what I'm seeing because he's just too valuable because we know damn well we can't count on the captain, Reece James, to be out there. So so valuable. Yeah, I want him to start, but let me give him a good 65 minutes or so. You know what I mean? Maybe
something like that. Yeah. We'll be 2-0 up, 1-0 up, and then we'll lock it down. Yeah.
Talking about the leader of Vegas Blues, Yorio Carrillo. We're just going through not the starting 11, but just some spots here, roster decisions. Left wing. Now we talked of options. Who are you starting on the left wing here?
That's a tough one. I mean, a bounty of options, an embarrassment of riches. I know Pedro played in the Cup a couple days ago, yesterday, I think, or Tuesday.
Yeah. He played on the right side, I believe, which is his natural position. Yep. And we actually had Mudryk, who's still, I mean, I tell you what, Maresca is giving Mudryk every opportunity. I've seen enough. Yeah. Maresca apparently needs to see more before making a decision. So I know he's not flipping here. So for you going Sancho. Are you going to give it to? Do you want to put Pedro back on the left if you had to choose?
I like that option. I like that. I like the Sancho take. Why not have him start and see what he can do with a full 70, 80 minutes, right?
Yep.
I like that take, and he's going to be more and more critical. A lot of the players are going to be more and more critical as we progress in all these competitions, right? And
yes.
We have him on loan. We might as well get some use out of him and see what he can do from a starting position.
Okay. All right. That's shout out left wing. And then finally, we let this pod off basically talking at striker. League game. Who are you starting as your striker?
Jackson, 100%. Don't mess with it. Keep it going. Mm-hmm. His confidence is all-time high. We saw the thriller Selly. That was excellent.
Yeah.
Don't mess with that. He's the guy in the league. Keep it going. Trust him.
Yeah.
And if we need a super sub, we have Cristo off the bench.
Yeah. You made a great point. Confidence at an all-time high, and that's something I think has definitely been lacking with him. And then, I mean, coming off Nguku, has, if he's going to come off later, being Nguku. I mean, Mark Yu after a great preseason just can't get no time.
Yeah. Kind of unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just the situation is, and they said they weren't going to loan him. He was going to be a part of the big squad, but I don't know if we expected this with the embarrassment of riches, if you will. So
there will be chances. Yeah, there will be chances for Mark and coming off the bench in cup ties or what have you. I think he's going to get some minutes, but it's hard to put him above Nico and Cristo for sure.
You can't. All right, real quick, and before we get to this situation with Vegas Blues and the unique setup you guys have there. Quick score prediction for this one.
I'll take 2-0 over Brighton this weekend.
Clean sheets continuing, huh?
Yep, absolutely.
Ooh,
yep.
Clean sheets.
What about yourself? What are you thinking?
You know what? It's easy to say 3-1. I mean, listen, I'd like to keep it clean sheet. Brighton, no joke, obviously, just behind us with 9 points. I do think they get one in there. I'm just hoping we can make it comfortable with a 3-1 score, not a 2-1. I don't feel like sweating it out this early on a Saturday. You know what I mean? I don't need any stress bears at 7:30 a.m. and whatnot.
There you go.
So, but I'm hoping for a 3-1 just to make it a little more comfortable. I'd love to see the clean sheets continue too, but we'll have to see about that. All right, so that's it. That's the game prediction. So tell me. I'll tell you what I think, first of all, just seeing with Vegas Blues, so the situation you guys have out there. So it's a great setup, of course, Chelsea in America, all over the country, but depending on where you are, the way I think Vegas is unique and what I got to see from you guys a couple of weeks ago is Of course, me out of town. I'm in LA. I was in covering a fight, but I wanted to watch the squad. So you don't have to watch it at sports books. There is a chapter of fellow Chelsea fans you can come watch the game with. And I did it, making sure that I reached out to you guys and met a couple of you guys at, I believe it was the Wrexham game up north. But what I noticed is it wasn't just me. This is like a hub. Obviously, people from in Vegas come from around the state, around the freaking country. There was a gentleman from England there. Gosh, where was there another gentleman? Somewhere down south there. And you don't know you guys, but they know they meet up there. So meet up there is obviously Fremont Street. It's Hennessy's. But tell me more about where you guys meet and how people from coming in to visit Vegas can get in contact with you to join this.
Absolutely. We're happy to host and meet everybody from out of town, out of state, out of country. It is a blessing to be in this city and have this unique opportunity to host people from all over. We know Vegas is a tourist destination #1, and happy to have people join us Sunday, Saturday mornings, pretty early, just given the West Coast time zone. But we get up and we have fun. Our bar, Hennessy's Tavern, they've been great to us. Breakfast, drinks, liquor, beer, what have you. They do it all. And they've been great as we've been meeting up there this season. We had individuals visit us from Austin when you were there, Raj. We had Austin, Texas, yourself, of course, from SoCal. We had a gentleman from Toronto, Canada.
Yes.
Another guy from England as well, as you mentioned. This past weekend for the 4:30 kickoff, we had another couple guys from England show up very early. But yeah, we love.
So how do they get in contact with you, though? Let's
absolutely.
say they're going out. How do they reach out to Vegas Blues?
Yeah, so we have our Insta, Twitter handles, LV_Blues. Find us on socials. We have a Facebook page as well, Vegas Blues. Reach out to us there. One of our guys will get back to you, hopefully in a reasonable amount of time. Myself, I keep tabs on all the socials and the DMs, so reach out that way. And looking forward to having anyone that wants to visit us and spend some time with us, have a pint, cheer on our boys, reach out, let us know, comment on our posts, our Instagram posts, Twitter, whatever. X, I think people call it X now. I'm old school. I still call it Twitter. But LV_Blues for Twitter, X, Instagram, and then Vegas Blues on Facebook. And I think on our Chelsea in America webpage, we have a dedicated Gmail account, email address that you could reach out to us as well. And looking forward to seeing people and cheering on our boys.
Beautiful, beautiful. Definitely a interesting, unique situation. Like I said, definitely a hub, and I recommend you all do that. And we all go out to Vegas for various reasons. For me, the last 2 times was covering a fight, then a wedding, and it's great, good stuff. All right, before I let you out of here, so I like to do with every guest now. This is something that can be controversial, and we'll have to post this on you guys' message boards. But your top 5 favorite Chelsea players, your personal top 5 favorite. Now, again, this isn't the best. This is your favorite Chelsea player. So there is no right or wrong, but no one's going to agree with us. So start me off at number 5, if you would. Who's your number 5 all-time Chelsea player for you? Favorite?
Number 5, I got to go Aspie, Dave. He was a true professional with us.
Call me Dave.
Exactly. 10, 11, 12 years. He won it all. Took the captain's armband after a handful of years. And steered Chelsea through that second Champions League victory, the Super Cup, Club World Cup. And
he handled it well when he wasn't playing all the time, too.
Definitely.
Coming off the bench.
Pivotal role.
Professionalism.
And, he transitioned. He played right back, center back, right wing back. He played left back, I think, at some point in the tenure as well. So very versatile guy. And I like his song as well, his chant.
Yes, we definitely want to digress. Just calling Dave. All right, so number 4.
4, I gotta go Diego Costa. He was a mean mother. I don't know if I can swear on this thing, but he was a.
And did you see what happened to him recently? I'll send you a thing. So he's coming back rehabbing. His team had him play with the under 20s,
Hmm.
He got sent off for getting in an altercation with the player. It just happened this week. A mean mofo getting under your skin, but a finisher. Yes. All right.
I love it, 100%. And I love the quote. He met JT, and he's like, "I go to war, you come with me." That's like the intensity that we have not had in a long time at this club, and he's missed for sure.
Good point. Love that one. Number 4. By the way, that was someone's number 2, a recent one. Brian, from, the leader of LA Chelsea Blues, had Costa in there. All right. Number
Costa's
3.
a good guy, yeah.
Favorite Chelsea player.
3, I gotta go Lamps at number 3.
Okay.
Top goal scorer for the club. I don't really think I need to explain putting Lamps this in this position.
Yeah, he's on all 3 of ours. Mm-hmm.
Some people would take him much higher. Mm-hmm. I have a couple picks for 2 and 1, but I think he was pivotal in his career at Chelsea. Won a lot.
Yeah. Enough said. Yeah, enough said, Lamps. Not even an explanation.
Chelsea legend.
So let's move on to number 2 then. Who's your number 2 all-time favorite Chelsea player?
Eden Hazard.
That's right. That was my number 2.
Yep. He's just magic. Miss him dearly. Our full attack for like 2 or 3 seasons was just give him the ball. And he did so much with it.
Sure.
Won a ton of trophies, and unfortunately he wasn't able to continue his career after leaving, but Chelsea legend, 100%.
All right. Okay. And your number 1 all-time favorite Chelsea player?
Drogba, for sure. It's no question.
So you and I agree on 2 and 1.
So much. Yeah.
He's the reason I started following Chelsea. But go ahead. Tell me why Drogba is your number 1.
That winning penalty against Munich, just so many emotions, goosebumps, just so much joy. I remember watching that, and then I don't remember the rest of the day. That's just where my day ended. Yeah. Just the winning penalty, and just great player, Chelsea legend, of course, number 1 for me.
All right. Awesome list. So, hey, listen, make sure you check out Vegas Blues on all social media. This is co-leader, of course, Uriel Carrillo. Uriel, until I'm back in Vegas again, or if you're out in LA, please come check us out, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely. Raj, thanks so much for having me, and we'll look to see everybody soon.
All right. Good stuff from Uriel. And of course, I highly recommend, if you're in Vegas, to check out the Vegas Blues. And if you're anywhere in America, check out Chelsea in America. Hit up Dylan and them on all your social media platforms. And if you're in LA and you're trying to be down with us, it's the LA Chelsea Blues. We'll be at Joxers this week for the game, 7 a.m. Pacific time. Come get rowdy with us. We got some chumps there in red at the same time. We got to bring our voices and shout them out the spot. You know what I'm saying? All right. As always, I'm Raj Groves. Believe in Chelsea FC. Big match here, y'all. Let's get the top 4 and stay there. Let's get it, Blues.